Om Asmadgurubhyo Namaha. Krishno Rakshatuno Jagattraya Guruhu. Krishnam Namasyamyaham. Krishne Namarasatravo Vinihataha. Krishnaya Tasmai Namaha. Krishna Deva Samuthitam Jagadidam. Krishnasya Dasosmyaham. Krishne Tisthati Vishwametadakhilam. He Krishna Samrakshamam. Jai Sri Narayana. With blessings of Sri Chinajaya Swamiji, we're continuing Bhagavad Gita. We finished up to Shloka 30 last week in chapter 13. So we'll review 27 to 30 first. Okay. There are more questions than I will review today. Other questions, some questions I'm skipping. So the first question, who is the true knower of the Atma? Who is a true knower of the Atma?
The one who knows the all Atmas in different bodies is equal, and Atma cannot be destroyed, indestructible.
Right. So Atmas is plural. So Atmas in different bodies are equal. In all bodies are equal. Although the bodies themselves are not equal. The bodies are not equal, but Atmas are equal. That's the first condition. And the second condition is Atma is indestructible, even though bodies are destructible. Right? Only that one is the true knower of Atma. I mean, one who can realize Atma. Okay, second question. Did Lord Krishna indicate a distinct Atma in each body or a single Atma in all bodies?
They are distinct.
Yeah. And based on Bhagavad Gita, Sloka 13:27, chapter 13:27 Sloka, Lord Krishna used the word samam, all right, equal, not same. No, I mean, not one or ekam. Samam is equal. And I mean, this is one instance where we can directly infer that talking about multiple Atmas. There are so many slokas all over Bhagavad Gita talks about Jivatmas are multiple. So I'm just identifying the slokas where it is very clearly given. So there are distinct Atmas in each body. All of them are inseparable from Paramatma. So that's what we need to say. They're not like separated from Paramatma. That comes later, but I mean, also we learned earlier also. So there are distinct equal equal Atmas, and all of them are inseparable from Paramatma. Paramatma is only one. Okay. Next question. How can the mind torment the Atma?
When a person does, this is different answer than what you have. This is what I'm thinking, right?
Sure.
Okay, when a person does, I mean, an Atma, sorry, a person does different things, okay, according to his quality, when is Rajas and Tamas kind of a things, okay, which are not sattvic and following right against dharma, against scriptures, and thereby he is tormenting Atma.
Yes. I mean, same. So basically, under the influence of the gunas,
Yeah, Gunas.
as you're saying, right? So
Yeah.
you perform activities, then those activities will impact the Atma. They will torment the Atma. Torment or hurt or harm not like a physical hurting, cutting, burning, that not like that, because you can't cut Atma or burn Atma, but by making Atma like um, not by making Atma to move away from the path to reach Paramatma. That is how we heard. By making Atma take more and more births, by making Atma take acquire a lot of karmic bondage. So if you are purely working under the influence of the gunas and um, performing our activities, we keep on acquiring karmic bondage, right? So basically, by attaching ourselves to the experiences, to the effects of the gunas, right? Pleasures and pains, we are getting attached, and then we will be taking birth again and again. That's how Atma is moving away from Paramatma. Okay. Next question. According to verse 1328, how does one become eligible for the supreme goal? Here, the supreme goal is self-realization. How does one become eligible?
One who sees Supreme Lord in everyone, present in everyone.
Okay. So in terms of Atma and Jivatma, Atma and Prakriti, if you want to answer with in the context of Kshetra and Kshetrajna. Okay. We also saw that earlier, right? The first thing is to recognize that we are Jivatma, not body, right? That is the most fundamental thing, because we always think ourselves as body, like what we see, you know, and we identify ourselves with the body. That should not be. We are Jivatma, not body. And all Jivatmas in all beings, all bodies are equal. That's the second, right? And third is, because in the previous question we saw that, right? Mind torments Atma, like it will move us or take us away from our supreme goal. So what should we do to become eligible to achieve the goal? Is to control the mind, to act in Atma's interest. Okay. So we have to give away or relinquish attachment to the effects of the gunas. That is, pleasures and pains, sense gratification, like doing everything for the purely for the purpose of sense gratification, thinking that we are body and this is for me and I need to enjoy. So that is surely acquiring us more karmic bondage, and we have to take births again and again. So in order to reach our goal, we need to control our mind and make sure that we are not affected by the three gunas. Right? We are not attached to the effects of the three gunas. We will be doing the work, but we have to do the work as Kamayoga. Okay, so the three conditions to make us eligible to achieve. Next question. What are the consequences of not recognizing the equalities of all Jivatmas? Answer is clear, right? It will, like we will not be able to make progress towards our supreme goal. Okay. Okay, we have to take births again and again. In Sloka 1328, Lord Krishna uses the term ruler, Ishvara. Does this refer to the Jivatma or the Paramatma? God. Jivatma, that is us.
Jivatma.
Yeah, it is Jivatma is the ruler of this body. Okay, so in the context of body and Atma, Atma is the ruler for the body. Body is inert, doesn't have any knowledge. Question 9. According to verse 1329, how does one become eligible for the supreme goal? So, I mean, you can say this is a continuation, right? So the previous question answers, 3 conditions, and now 3 more conditions.
Yeah,
What are the
Prakriti, and I think we have all actions are done by Prakriti, main, right? And Atma
Yes.
is an observer, right? And third one.
Yeah, you're right, the first 2. So all actions are performed by Prakriti alone. Agent of all our actions is Prakriti only. Atma is not agent of actions. Okay.
Yeah.
Atma is just an observer, as you said. Third is Atma's association with Prakriti causes the experience of pleasure and pain. Right. So we are, because we have taken this body, we are experiencing all these things, right? It is not that Atma needs it. Atma doesn't need it. Imagine if you think that you don't need food, right? Let us say you don't need food. Will you take? I mean, sometimes you may take, but you will not be taking as if I need food, right? Think that way. So these pleasures and pains are not needed for Atma. The pleasures and pains that we get, with whatever we are going through our daily life, if they happen, yes, we will be able to, we will experience it, because Atma is the one who is experiencing all the effects of the gunas, right? So if I think that these are not my experiences, not for me, then I will not be attached to it, isn't it? So if um, somebody gives us $100 and we know that it is not ours, and after some time the same person takes $100 away from us, do you really feel? No, right? Doesn't belong to us and it's gone, right? But if someone gives us $100 and we think, oh, this $100 belongs to me, right? Then after that, if somebody takes away that $100, it will be very painful. We got attached to it. So that $100 is not even needed for me. It is not mine and it is not needed for me. Then I'm not going to run after it. I'm not going to be attached to it. If at all, $100 is given to me in the matter of, in the course of our life, then we will take it, we'll use it, that's fine. So I'm trying to see, correlate between $100 and the pleasures and pains. So pleasures and pains will happen because we have taken birth in this body. And that's the third condition that we are realizing. These are not, it is not that we need to be attached to it, we need to run after it. And that is the purpose for which we have taken birth. No. Okay. So that's the difference. Next question. What is the consequence of Atma identifying with the actions of Prakriti? What happens if we identify ourselves? These are my actions.
With karmic bondage, and will be
It's attachment.
Yeah, we'll go through the dvandvas, right? So the suffering and pain and pleasure.
Perfect. Yeah. It creates attachments and desires.
Yes.
And so because of that, we will be taking births again and again. Okay. Next question. Why is understanding Prakriti as the agent of actions, not Atma, important?
But about it just explained, right? I mean, if we know that, then right, then we won't be attached to that, right? Because Prakriti is agent, right, of actions, not the Atma.
Yeah. So, I mean, people say, oh, we should not be having ahankara. We have to leave the ahankara. Ahankara is, like sometimes translated as ego, but not that, Ahankara is identifying ourselves with the body. And how do we leave it? That's a question that we get, right? One is, if you understand that Prakriti is the agent of actions, not me. So whatever the body is, is doing the actions, it is body that is doing the actions, not me, right? And these actions are because of the body, not because of me. So I'm differentiating myself with the body, right? So basically eliminates that ahankara in us. That's one. And we will be able to, overcome our karma. We can clear our karmic bondage. And we'll be able to detach ourselves from the fruits of our actions. Okay, if you are thinking that Prakriti is the agent and then not me, then we'll be able to we'll be able to de-link ourselves, detach ourselves from the results of those actions. Then we think, okay, I am Atma, right? Pure consciousness, pure knowledge. And then we will be able to detach ourselves from the materialistic world. Not that we will not be interacting with it, but we will not be having that attachment with the world. Okay. What is Gunasanga and what is its consequence? Like, what happens if we have Gunasanga?
Means that it gives us attachment again and pushes us in this life and birth cycle.
Right. Attachment to the quality. Sorry, 1 second.
Yeah.
Someone is speaking. Okay. So attachment to the qualities is the Gunasanga, the qualities of Prakriti. And because of that, we take births again and again. Nirgunam guna bhoktrucha. What does that mean? So Nirgunam is the one that is not having the gunas, right? Nirgunam, literal meaning is not having gunas. Doesn't mean that not having any guna. Atma is not having it is not inherently having that guna. So it does not inherently have the qualities of Prakriti, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas gunas are not our qualities. We are acquiring them, right? We do not inherently have them. So they're not our qualities. It's Prakriti's qualities. We get attached to them. And we are experiencing those gunas while we are in this body, right? I think last question. Why is it essential to understand that evolution is rooted in Prakriti, not Atma? This is one more thing that Lord Krishna mentioned. I'll quickly go through. So any evolution that is happening, we are creating, right? That is a misconception that we have, So it will basically, if we recognize that evolution is also rooted in Prakriti, right? Prakriti is the cause for the evolution. Okay, then we will be, we'll be coming out of this. I mean, the attachment with the materialistic world, and also all the possessions and relations that we come across due to this, right? Due to the Prakriti. So how do we, yes, we will have to take care of our body, we have to take care of our family and everyone. But if I know that the evolution is because of Prakriti, not because of myself, right? I'll be able to look at everything objectively with a detachment. So yeah, then we will do the right thing, right? We will do what is the duty for us, not that we have to acquire something, we have to protect something, we have to maintain this, our the purpose of taking our birth is to acquire, maintain, have relationships, right? That is the purpose we think, but that is not the purpose. Purpose is to attain self-realization, God realization. So if all this attachment, this evolution is because of Prakriti, not myself, I'll be immediately be detached from it. Okay. So those were the questions. We'll start with 31. Any questions before we start?
Nirgunam Guna Bhoktracha, which sloka and sloka?
It was there in the in before, not in this one.
Not in this 2730, right? Okay.
So some of these, right, like Nirguna is associated with Paramatma because it is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, and the interpretation for some of these slokas is given as Paramatma, right? So, okay, Paramatma, of course, in other places also it is there. So, okay, then it must be referring to Paramatma, and Paramatma does not have any gunas. That is not the context here. The context is Atma does not have the gunas of the Prakriti. Like we, these are not our qualities. These are acquired because I took birth here. Right? So that is how we need to see. Okay. So let us start with sloka 31. Please chant. Anaditvat nirgunatvat
Anaditvat
Nirgunatvat
Paramatmayamavyayah
Paramatmayamavyayah
Sarirasthopi kaunteya
Sharirasthopi
Kaunteya
nakaroti na lipyate.
nakaroti na lipyate
Let's chant together.
Ditvat nirgunatvat Paramatmayamavyayah Sharirasthopi kaunteya nakaroti na lipyate.
So Lord Krishna is continuing. So we saw who we are, what is our relationship with Prakriti, who is responsible for what, right? All that. So Lord Krishna is continuing in sloka 31. Hey Kaunteya, O Arjuna, I am Paramatma Sarirastha api. I am Paramatma. This Supreme Self, Paramatma here refers to Atma, Jivatma, in relation to the body. Okay. So this Supreme Self or exalted Atma, Paramatma, exalted Supreme Atma, Supreme related when it is related to the body, right? Sarirasthahapi, even while residing in the body, avyayaha, imperishable, it is not liable to decline. Anaditvat, because of being beginningless. So anaditvat, nirgunatvat, right? So anadi is beginningless. Anaditvat, because it is beginningless. Na karoti na lipyate. It neither acts nor gets tainted. Na karoti, does not act. Okay? And na lipyate, does not get tainted, does not get, the Atma is not getting corrupted, right? No, like tainting, you probably understand, right? Like basically changing in a bad way. That's how we typically use something. So Atma does not get corrupted. Atma remains pure only, right? Nirgunatvat, as it is freed from the qualities sattva, rajas, and tamas. Atma is nirguna. Okay. So Atma by itself is not having these three qualities, and it is not acting by itself and not getting tainted by while residing in this body.
I think in
Okay.
Karma Yoga Jnana, we have similar sloka katandi. Na lipyate, something, right? Not tainted, something like that. We have that.
Yeah.
Chapter 3 or 4, I think.
So body is the one that is acting, right? And out of having its own the sattva, rajas, and tamas gunas, Atma does not have those three gunas. So Atma is not acting as an agent for all the actions, and it is not getting tainted. Okay. So Atma is getting affected by these gunas because of the effects of the gunas, Atma is taking different kinds of births, right? But Atma by itself is not getting tainted or corrupted. Okay. So we are, if we recognize that we are pure always, it's no matter how many millions of births we took, our true nature, is not having any of these qualities, the sattva, rajas, and tamas gunas. We are not tainted. We are carrying with us this acquired, imagine like the baggage is carried with us, but we are not getting tainted by them. Okay. Lord Krishna is explaining that through an example in the next sloka. look at that. Please chant. Yatha sarvagatam saukshmyat
यथा
यथा
सर्वगतं
सर्वगतं सौक्ष्म्यात्
संस्यात्
akasam nopalipyate
Akasam
आकाशं
आकाशं
नोपलिप्यते
sarvatravasthito dehe
सर्वत्रावस्थितो
सर्वत्रावस्थितो
देहे
देहे
tathatma nopalipyate.
तथात्मानोपलिप्यते
Let's chant together.
यथा
सर्वगतं
सर्वगतं सौक्ष्म्यात्
सौम्यात् आकाशं नोपलिप्यते
सर्वत्रावस्थितो
सर्वत्रावस्थितो
देहे
देहे तथात्मानोपलिप्यते
So Lord Krishna is continuing, explaining that Atma is not getting tainted. Okay, even though we are in this body, Atma is not getting tainted. How? Yatha, just as Sarvagatam Akasam Saukshmyat. Sarvagatam Akasam, the all-pervading space. Akasam is space. Okay. Saukshmyat, being subtle, being, small. Na upalipyate, not tainted. Tatha, so also, Atma, the self, sarvatra avasthito dehe, being situated everywhere in the body. Na upalipyate, not tainted. Okay. So, when we look at the word akasam, we think of sky, right? So then you say, okay, sky so huge, so big, what is that? That's how we get a question. But this space element is so subtle, okay, which is pervading everything in this universe. Even though it is pervading everything in this universe, it is touching everything. When it is pervading, like the same space is touching sun, it is touching, Arctic, Antarctic, the cold, maybe even, the coldest places in the universe. It is touching, if you take temperature, it is touching, this entire material nature, right? It's spreading this entire material nature. But the space element is not changing based on what it is spreading, what it is touching. Okay. So when we look at this, right, how is space spreading everywhere? Even the atom, right? If you take atom also has a lot of space in it. Okay, so there is, take any atom, for instance, right? So every atom has space in it. Every atom in this universe has space in it. Okay, so even though that space is pervading this entire universe, touching so many, like other elements of the nature, right? Earth, water, fire, and air. So But space being so subtle, it does not get affected. Same way, this Atma, now Lord Krishna is saying Atma, right? Earlier he mentioned Ishvara, earlier he mentioned some Paramatma. I mean, based on like the context there is comparing Atma to the body. So he's saying great Atma compared to the body. Now here Lord Krishna is talking about Atma, the self, the Jivatma. Even though it is pervading everywhere in this body, okay, it is not getting tainted. Okay. So when probably 200 years ago, people thought there is no space. If you take a metal piece, right? There's no space in it. But Lord Krishna is very clearly saying, even though space pervading this entire universe, being so subtle, so that space can even enter the atom. Same way, our Atma, through its knowledge, can enter and pervade this entire body with no space. I mean, there's no place that it cannot uh, spread in this body. It is pervading this entire body. So, yeah, but still it does not get tainted. Okay. And again, Lord Krishna is giving another example in the next sloka. We look at that. Please chant. यथा प्रकाशयत्येकः
यथा
यथा
प्रकाशयत्येकः
प्रकाशयत्येकः
कृत्स्नं लोकमिमं रविः
कृत्स्नं लोकमिमं
लोकमिमं रविः
क्षेत्रं क्षेत्री तथा कृत्स्नं
क्षेत्रं
क्षेत्रं क्षेत्री तथा कृत्स्नं
प्रकाशयति भारत.
प्रकाशयति
प्रकाशयति
भारत
भारत
Listen together.
यथा
यथा
प्रकाशयत्येकः
प्रकाशयत्येकः
कृत्स्नं
कृत्स्नं
लोकमिमं
लोकमिमं
रविः
रविः
क्षेत्रं
क्षेत्रं
क्षेत्री
क्षेत्री
तथा
तथा
कृत्स्नं
कृत्स्नं
प्रकाशयति
प्रकाशयति
भारत
भारत
Bharata. Okay, so Lord Krishna is saying, hey Bharata, Arjuna, yatha, just as ekaha ravihi, one sun, and sun, the one that is shining. Okay, ekaha ravihi, one sun, prakashayati, shines or illuminates. Imam krutsnam lokam, this whole world. Kritsnam word comes many times, whole, right? Imam comes several times, is this. Lokam is world, most of you understand. So just as one sun is illuminating this whole world, tatha, same way or similarly, kshetri, that kshetri is the one who is residing in kshetram or kshetra, right? So one who is residing in kshetra is kshetri, which is kshetrajna or the Atma, Jivatma. So kshetri krutsnam kshetram prakasayati, illuminates the whole body. So sun is illuminating the solar system, right? One sun is spreading the light and heat to the entire solar system. Same way, Atma is illuminating this entire body that it occupies, this entire body with its knowledge, right? So it is not that Atma is of the size of the body. Atma is so subtle, but it is illuminating the body just like how sun is illuminating this solar system. Okay. So one way to look at it is, the sun is illuminating a particular, area in this universe, right? Imagine this solar system of 10 planets sometimes, right? So X number of planets and the space around, to which the sun is able to spread its light and energy. So consider that as the body, and it is illuminating that body. Same way, the Jivatma is illuminating this body. So there is another Jivatma for another body, another Jivatma for another body. Similarly, like one sun for this solar system, another sun for another, solar system. So, but it is not that, just because, Earth is getting the light, there is no separate sun for Earth, separate sun for Mars, separate sun for, right? Our sun is not near Earth. It is somewhere else, but it is spreading it's illuminating, with its energy. And same way, Jivatma is illuminating this entire body with its knowledge. Okay. Any questions? Okay. Not. We'll move on to the last sloka. Please chant. Kshetra kshetrajnayorevam
क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञयोरेवम्
antaram jnanachakshusha
अन्तरं ज्ञानचक्षुषा
bhuta prakriti moksham cha
भूतप्रकृतिमोक्षं च
ye viduryanti te param.
ये विदुर्यान्ति ते परम्
Listen to you. Kshetra
क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञयोरेवम् अन्तरं ज्ञानचक्षुषा भूतप्रकृतिमोक्षं च ये विदुर्यान्ति ते परम्
So, Lord Krishna is summarizing. So, Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga, right? So, explained about Kshetra and Kshetrajna in this whole chapter. Evam, in this manner, Ye Viduhu, those who know, Viduhu, know, and Yaha, Ye is those who, like plural, those who know, Kshetra Kshetrajnayoha Antaram, Antaram is distinction, that they are distinct. What are the two that are distinct? Kshetra, Kshetrajna Yoga. Distinction of Kshetra and Kshetrajna. So Kshetra is the body or Prakriti, and Kshetrajna is called with several names, right? Jivatma, Atma, Purusha, right? The one who is residing in the Kshetra. Kshetri is another word was used. So Kshetra, Kshetrajnayoha Antaram, Jnana Chikshusha, with the vision of knowledge. Jnana is knowledge, Chikshusha is eyes. Okay, so with the vision of knowledge or wisdom eye, with wisdom eye, right? So if we are able to understand or know the distinction between the two, Kshetra and Kshetrajna, and what else? Bhuta Prakriti Moksham Cha. Cha means and. Bhuta Prakriti Moksham, the means of moksha from Bhuta Prakriti. That is the matter, which is what we see. Bhuta is having this existence, right? See, what is one who understands the distinction between Kshetra and Kshetrajna and understands the means of moksha, means of liberation from this Prakriti, which consists of all these, different manifested beings. Okay, those people, they yanti param, they attain state of param. Param means the pure essential state. We have Paramji in our class. Thank you. Yeah, so Param is the pure essential state, that state of Atma, which is pure, or self-realization, state of self-realization. So basically, one who is attaining that state will not have to take birth again. See, it is not that our goal is to attain that state, right? I mean, our goal is God realization, but when we are able to clear our karmic bondage, when we are able to basically detach ourselves from the three gunas, become nirgunam, right? I mean, we are not having the attachment to the gunas, we are not carrying karmic bondage, right? When we become pure with no effects on us, okay? So then we will, when we attain that state, like we will attain that state when we understand the difference between Kshetra and Kshetrajna. As long as we don't understand the difference between Kshetra and Kshetrajna, and as long as we don't know how, what is a means to come out of this, this binding, right? We will not achieve that state. Once we understand this distinction, so I am not body, I am Atma, right? Atma, the Prakriti is the agent of actions, not me. Prakriti has the gunas, not me. I should not be attached to the effects of those gunas. That attachment to those gunas is causing me to go into the cycles of births and deaths. I need to, not only myself, like I need to see all Atmas as equal, right? And I need to control my mind so that, again, we learned amanitvam, adambhitvam, ahimsa, kshanti, rajam. So those qualities we need to practice. So when we do all these, then we will become eligible to attain that state from where we do not have to take bath again. There would not be any need to take bath again because we are not carrying the karmic bondage, we are not having association with any of the gunas. Okay, so that is the end of 13th chapter. Share it. Please chant. Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu
Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu
Upanishatsu
Upanishatsu
Brahma Vidyayam
Brahma Vidyayam
Yoga Shastre
Yoga Shastre
Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Arjuna Sambhade
Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yogo Nama
Kshetra
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 Kshetra Vibhaga Yogo Nama
Trayodasodhyayah
Trayodashodhyayah
Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha.
Om Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha.
Jai Srimad Narayana.
This one.
Any questions on 13th chapter? Uh, 13th chapter we learned. So from 13 onwards we are doing a recap of Bhagavad Gita. Right? It's not that the first time we are learning about Atma in 13th chapter or about body. Right? We learned about that in 2nd chapter, 3rd chapter, and so on. So this is revising the concepts that we learned. Lord Krishna is a great teacher and giving us new information, some new information, new way of understanding that same thing, but in a different way, like with different examples. So we'll start 14, chapter 14.
From 13th, most of them are Vibhaga Yogas, at least 3 or 4.
Yeah, Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga.
Raya.
That is
I mean,
one
Purushottama
important
Prakti.
thing.
Bhakti-Nath,
Dhyana
16, 17 again, right?
See,
There was
basically, the general meaning of yoga is unification, right? Unification of.
So here, the yoga, the word yoga here is given as a means.
Means,
All
yes,
these
yes.
are means for attaining our goal. So Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Vibhaga. I mean, we are understanding the distinction between Kshetra and Kshetrajna.
Yes.
That is the means for our deliverance, means for our liberation.
Yeah.
And next chapter is Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. Gunatraya. So learning about the 3 gunas.
Yes.
Okay. So